right, welcome back to BISIK SELASA, everyone. Here again, I'm with
Teddy.
I'm Reza,
and Frankie.
and tonight we have a special guest, namely.
Brittany. I'm Brittany.
All right. So,
Welcome, Brittany.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
welcome.
Thanks, Teddy. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
all right, guys, let's make it less formal. All right.
Okay, let's make it less formal.
Okay, for the first, as usual,
As
we have
usual.
a guest. We have a guy who gonna make notes about what we talk about.
Okay, on this Tuesday, especially, we're gonna talk about some local issues and then national issues and international issues.
Okay.
As we do it
Let's do it.
every Tuesday. So now we have Brittany, and this is our program. Bam.
This is
BISIK SELASA.
UCH. This is
BISIK SELASA.
UCH. This is
Okay, we're coming back again in BISIK SELASA.
Yeah.
Okay, Brittany. So welcome to Boot.
Thanks.
Welcome to Boot. And can you tell us about yourself?
Sure.
About what you're doing in Ubud.
What am I doing in Ubud? Well,
No, back there, we should introduce Brittany. What's Brittany? Where's Brittany from?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Basic
okay,
info.
yeah.
Basic information about
My name
yourself.
is Brittany. I'm originally from America.
Wow.
My last time there, I was living in New York. That was in a multiverse,
Big
a
city.
parallel
Big city
universe.
life, yeah.
Big city.
In a parallel universe, I lived in New York, specifically Brooklyn, specifically Bed-Stuy.
Shout out to Brooklyn.
Shout out to Bed-Stuy.
Hi, mom.
Hi, mom.
City never
Bandung
sleep.
lah.
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
there I worked as a producer and a video journalist, a multimedia producer. I've worked for several news outlets and nonprofits, and I worked in journalism, much like you guys. So it's very weird for me to be on this side of the table because
Okay.
usually I'm the one asking the motherfucking questions.
Well,
So you're a journalist
Yeah,
back in New York.
back in
Back
the day.
What is your latest project back in?
Back in New York, I worked
I
for
mean, the latest project.
The latest
the last project I worked on in the States was I was the senior video producer for Huffington Post.
wow.
So I worked there for about a year. It was lovely. It was very eye opening in terms of the way news works. Before then, I was the multimedia producer for a wide range of nonprofits and large organizations,
Oh, large organization like what?
NGO something?
like NGOs. Yeah,
Like NGO.
Yeah.
Okay. So mostly you're doing for non-profit.
yeah. And so usually, what you would call advocacy, I call solutions oriented journalism, which is just journalism with a solution behind it. So, backed by journalistic skills and research, you see what's happening, and you're you look to see who's doing what. And so, rather than like news where you would just report what's happening, you would report what's happening and who's doing something about it and how you can get involved. And so I did a lot of that, and then I switched to news and had some real eye-opening experiences on how the news worked. And I was there for a year. And then I decided that 2020 was the year I was going to travel.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Brittany.
I decided 2020 was the year I was going to pick up and get the fuck out of Dodge. So I decided on 6 months,
Yep.
10 countries.
10 countries.
And I got through Egypt, India, Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia. So it was actually ended up being about 6. And then I got to Indonesia, and the whole world shut down. And now I live here.
Okay.
Well, it's not really the bad place to be stuck.
It
here,
is
right?
not. And I was
It's
only
like not
supposed
the
to be
worst,
here
right?
for 6 days.
Oh, you're supposed to
And
be.
now-
six
I was
days.
only supposed to be in Indonesia for 6
6
days.
days.
Oh, okay.
I got here like March 11th or something. And literally by March 16th, the whole world shut down. It's like, you're not going nowhere. And I had a choice. I had a choice on if I was going to go back home or stay here. And I was like,
You know what?
I'm gonna take the information I'm getting very literally. Shelter in place.
Okay, shelter in place.
So I was like, I'm gonna shelter in this place, not go home and shelter. I'm just gonna shelter here. And now I've been here for 6 months. 6 days turned into 6 months.
Yeah, like Reza said, it's
Yeah.
not a bad place to get locked down.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. Are you
Even
kidding me?
because-
I'm having the time of my motherfucking life.
Yeah.
Even I mean, personally,
Oh, so is it okay if I cuss? I'm sorry.
guys,
It's alright.
It's okay.
Okay.
There's no.
I'm sorry, guys. If there's any children in the audience, I'm so sorry.
hopefully not.
Parental advisory, yes.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah.
Sincerely.
Me too. So, why Ubud?
Why you would?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Ubud.
So yeah, I
Interesting.
landed here. I got out of the airport and I was in Semiak for 2 days. Originally, remember, I was only supposed to be here for 6 days. So I was like, boo. I landed here. Spent half the day that I landed in Semiak. I'm gonna spend 1 full day there. I'm gonna go to Ubud, spend 1 day there, and then I'm gonna go straight to Nusa Penida and learn how to dive.
Whoa.
The reason why I was here is to get my scuba diving certification.
Okay.
All right.
Just open water.
Just
students-
open water. that's
Yeah,
it.
open water certification. And so,
cool.
literally, I got here 1 day. Semiak 1 day. I got here the day I got to Ubud, everything shut down.
Okay.
And so I just decided
What a
to stay.
timing, eh?
I took it very literally. Just stay where you're at, and I've been in Ubud for 6 months. I haven't lived.
So you changed your plan.
Yeah, I changed. I mean, I didn't change my plan. I went with the flow.
All right.
I went with the flow.
There you go.
Yeah, I went with the flow, you guys. And so I literally, on the 3rd day of me being here, I happened to be in Ubud. They told us to shelter in place, and now I live here.
That's the motto in Ubud, actually.
Is it?
Go with the flow.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Well, the flow took me right fucking where I needed to be.
It's so Ubudian, by the way.
Right where I needed to be. And now I'm here. I love Ubud. It's been nice to me. It's been good to me.
Yeah,
know,
making friends.
Making a ton of friends, you guys included, and I'm learning a shit ton. You know, that's what I do with my time. And so I guess
And celebrate your birthday.
I did.
Birthday
Happy
here?
birthday.
Yeah.
I
Happy
celebrated my
birthday.
birthday last
Okay.
Wednesday, and so yeah, it was lovely. It was really,
Special
really good.
guest star in the karaoke. I forgot the guy.
Oh yeah, I had a special guest at karaoke. Teddy, fucking rocked it like it was 1999, dude. He was every other person on the mic. Somebody else would go, and then it was Teddy again.
I'm baking
Somebody else would go.
Baking vocal.
Oh, you're baking vocal.
I'm baking
Yeah,
another
we
vocal.
harmonized pretty well, though.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was good.
It's not very proud of mine.
Yeah.
It's a very lovely story about you. So
It was
back
good
again.
fun.
So who inspired you to be like a really good journalist? Because almost of the time you spend for, I really excited for the like non-profit
Project.
non-profit organization that you work for.
Yeah.
So who inspired you to do that? I mean,
That's a really
Good
good question.
question.
That's a really great question. I have a film degree. I have a film degree focused on directing and editing, a minor in sociology, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my college degree before I left.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I wanted to do. And I decided to go to LA first before New York because I had never seen snow. I'm from Texas, so
from Texas.
yeah, I'm a low-key cowboy. And so I'd never seen snow, so I was like, all right, it's either New York or LA. Which one am I going to do first? And I decided LA because I didn't want to deal with a real winter. I just wasn't ready.
Yeah.
So I went to LA and tried to figure out, like, okay, what's next? And one thing that I did while in college was doing a lot of script supervising. Do you know that? Script
What is
supervising?
supervising?
Yeah, so
It's like consulting.
no, well, because my degree was a general filmmaking degree, I also worked on a lot of feature-length films, like actual feature-length films. And the script supervisor is, you ever see that picture of the director like looking into the frame, and you see that fucking nerd with the binder next to
Like that
him?
one?
Yeah, you have the nerd with the binder, and they're like taking notes the whole time. You know
So
what I mean?
you are the person.
I was the nerd. I was the nerd
yeah,
next to it. And basically, what that job does is you take this. You're basically the through line between pre-production, production, and post-production. And so you take the script and all of the notes that they have in pre-production, and on production, you're managing the continuity of the shot. So let's say this is a shot. You are predominantly holding that cup in this hand. Let's say we have to do this shot 20 times on 4 different days. As the script supervisor, I have to make sure that he's wearing a red hat, that you have this cup in this hand,
exactly
that there's
here.
no boom in the shot, you know what I mean? And that your cap is backwards. And so you manage the continuity of that shot
Continuity of
so that when the edit, takes your notes. The editors
yeah,
take your notes. That's their Bible. And so not only do you manage the continuity, but you always say, like, this was a good shot. The director really liked this shot. They switched these two lights between this shot. And it's basically what happened on set so that the editor is not guessing. And so I trained as a script supervisor while I was in college. So when I went to LA, immediately I started doing that job. And, you know, it's freelance, so it's not as frequent. And so I tried all kinds of stuff. Post-production, all these other things. I worked in a lot of reality television.
Like Kim Kardashian.
I worked on The Voice.
Oh, you work on The
I
Voice.
worked on The Voice for like one season. Yeah.
Which season?
I can't remember. It was 2013, maybe 14.
Long time back.
Britney Spears was on the show. I rode in the elevator with Kanye West once. But I fucking hated it.
Oh,
I hated it.
why though?
I didn't.
Why?
I didn't like Hollywood in that way.
Okay.
I didn't like it because I didn't feel like I was doing anything meaningful. I'm just dealing with a bunch of egos and like making sure that, you know, one person in their entourage has 1,800 passes. You know what I mean? Like it just every day. I mean, I was around the lights and stuff like that, but I didn't feel like I was doing something. I wasn't being of service. I wasn't being of service, and so. I started applying for other jobs, and I found this nonprofit production company. And it was a nonprofit, so it was my introduction into NGOs. But it was a production company, and so what they would do is get grant money from large grants, and basically they would create the communications structure for smaller nonprofits that don't have any money for communications, right? So smaller nonprofits are usually made up of the activists on the ground. You know what I mean? They're out there knocking on doors or feeding the food or building the things. They don't really have time and the capacity to think about communications in a way that's substantial, where they can get the word out. So we as a nonprofit would go around to smaller organizations around the country
To empower.
to empower their communications and their social media and their knowledge gathering. And so I was inspired by the person who hired me for that job. And trust me, I came from the hood. And so I was really raw. I was really raw as a professional. And they hired me despite that. I mean, they were working in the criminal justice space. I knew a lot about the criminal justice system because of just by sheer growing up in the hood. But I also had the technical skills to do the job. And so they saw something in me and they took a chance. And shout out to Jesse Lava and Jordan Melagrana. Thank you guys so much for my first job, because it really taught me a lot about journalism,
Really nice
how to
project.
tell a story, and how to advocate for solutions on the ground. And that, you know, the word advocacy and solutions-oriented journalism is not a bad thing. We should be advocating for solutions. We probably wouldn't be in this situation right now if we were more solution-oriented instead of just giving people the news of the day and leaving them feeling hopeless, you know?
Yeah, so you just also give the solution.
Yeah,
on the
empower people to feel like the change is coming so that they feel empowered to do it themselves, you know?
Can I ask one question though?
Yeah.
Like, is there any like topics or like things that were kind of like you came across and you were finding like, oh, this is really interesting, and you kind of like passionate to actually spend more time on it?
Oh, yeah. Well, in the social justice space, there's a lot of terms that are gaining popularity now, but at the time, they were very brand new, like harm reduction approaches to criminalizing things like mental health or homelessness or addiction. Those things, you know, in America, all of those things are criminalized, meaning if you're homeless, you go to jail. If you're on the street and you have mental health, you go to jail. If you have addiction problems, you go to hell. Freudian. You go to jail. Yeah, if you have addiction problems, you go to jail is probably hell for sure.
Like
Let's keep
hell in the
a
world
spade
or
a spade.
something like
You know what I
this,
mean?
right?
The harm reduction approach to solutions to those are, it takes more money to put people in jail than it does to help them overcome their problems. And a harm reduction, I mean, you're reducing harm to that person, is to help them. So if they have an addiction, you help them through their addiction problems. If they're homeless, you give them a house first. A lot of problems like these are usually easily solvable if you have support and community around you. You have a reason to want to do better. And so, you know, the institutions in America don't give people a reason to want to do better. And so anything harm reduction any of it, reducing privatizing prisons, bail reform. So anybody who gets a ticket, you're immediately on probation, and then you have ticket after ticket, and you can't pay it. Then they throw your ass back in jail. Anything that had to do with the idea of criminalizing your livelihood or the problems that you were already going through, instead of making them better, it made it worse. And that shit lit a fire under my ass, man. Let me tell you, for sure.
Talking about jail, nowadays it's happened in Indonesia, actually in Bali. There is like a artist, you can say. He's a musician. He talking about corona. He talking about these conspiracy things, this political agenda and so on, and he got to jail.
Really?
Yeah,
It's real talk.
because he speak about what he think about this corona situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the
And then,
case is there is a doctor organization in Indonesia, and his course on this doctor organization said, you're a slut of WHO, WHO,
Yeah.
the World Health. Yeah, this doctor organization is the slut or the whore of this WHO. So the doctor organization didn't accept that, and this
to offend
organization
them.
report to the police about this guy, and this guy just got caught. But the interesting thing is our regulation, not pasal regulation,
Yeah.
our policy or regulation said the insulting regulation only available if you insult a person,
It's
not
not an
organization.
organization.
That's really interesting because organizations or corporations in America, in the court of law, is looked at as a person.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
looked as a person.
they have the same rights as an individual person, a whole corporation.
In America.
Yeah,
America.
which
In
makes things a
Indonesia,
lot
it's just personal.
like a lot easier to get in trouble when
Criminalize
targeting.
someone,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah,
like
and that's being speaking out
scary
right
for
now
me,
is
you know?
very.
Yeah, man.
it's scary.
It's
like,
also
It's very
pretty
scary.
tenuous.
Democracy.
yeah, it's so ironic, you know, like when we in the era, the information era, while we can say, you know, the free speech, it's not really. I cannot really feel it because of this case, you know, like
Well, it's free. It's just that there's
the-
repercussions,
you know?
right? It's still free, right? It's not criminalized by law, at least in America. But the point is to instill so much fear that you feel,
Yes, it's so much.
you know,
It's confusing
it
for me.
dissuades you from
Yep.
wanting to speak out. But now we got even bigger problems, which is not only, you know, for the longest time it was, you know, journalism and advocacy, right? But we have a whole other leg, which is disinformation now that we have to
Yeah.
combat.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people don't know what to believe. You know what I mean? And so on the one side, you're advocating for a solution. In the middle, you're just reporting, right? It's just the illusion of being objective because no one can be objective. You're always going to look at it through your own lens. And then you have disinformation. You have bots out there that trying to stir up trouble. You know what I mean? And then you have actual,
Fake
you know,
news.
institutions that are there to pump out and to propagate disinformation, you know. And that's why to me, I still champion solutions-oriented journalism and advocacy, and that ultimately there's going to be a new genre that is created, I think, a mixture between advocacy and journalism, because trust in the news, trust in people disseminating information is completely eroded. People don't know who to believe. They don't know what your agenda is. They don't know why are you speaking, who's behind it. There's always some nefarious thing behind it. And how are we going to combat that moving forward, knowing that all of these things are going to get worse? Disinformation is going to get more sophisticated and rise. We're already seeing it in memes of people's voices being manipulated.
Exactly.
Their whole
There's
There's
faces.
a new
Scary.
software, a
That's
new one that's like
insane.
crazy, you know?
Whole,
Yeah.
through it's ridiculous. And so we're gonna have even bigger problems than just, you know, if we feel comfortable speaking out. At some point, it won't even be whether we're comfortable or not. It'll be, you know, life or death, which we're already seeing, you know. And so for me, the mixture between advocacy and journalism, that will create a new genre that will be pivotal in fighting disinformation, because ultimately, like we did back in the day, 30, 40 years ago, especially, you know, you had only 2 networks or whatnot, and but you trusted the news person, the Dan Rapp, you trusted the person who gave you that information. You know, right now it's such a large swath of people giving out information. You have to go to the people that you trust, that are credible to you. And so now unfortunately, because like I said, I'm the person who've always been behind the camera asking the questions. But this is the reason why I'm here today in front of the question, in front of it, is because in order for people to take the information and to utilize it and feel safe giving it, they have to trust the person giving it, which means that you have to now have your own personal brand. I have to be visible now in order to do my job as a journalist.
Exactly.
You can't just see my name, Brittany, on a byline of the work I do and just trust it to be true. You have to look at me in the eye and know where my value set comes from, what I believe in order to trust the information that I'm creating and trust the information that you guys are creating as a collective. And so never in my life, in my career, did I think that I'd be on this side of the camera. But it's now, seriously. Why do you say that?
No, because you said never in my life it's not gonna be here, like in front of the camera.
No, seriously. For 10 years, close to 15, I've always been behind the camera.
Maybe it's
telling someone to tell me a story.
Maybe this pandemic kind of like giving you
by any means
some
necessary.
way,
We have to do it. We have to do the work. It's the work that this is the medium that we all feel passionate about.
And
In
we
order
should
for
get the trust.
in order to gain the audience's trust, I want them to see me every day and the conviction that I have on why I want to tell these stories. Because without that, news is just news, and it could be from anywhere. It could be from the disinformation side. It could be from those who are using advocacy to steer you in a direction, or it could be just journalism where there's nothing other than just the information, not arming you with the information you need in order to survive.
Especially now in power of internet era, while the timeline
the wild west.
so rapid, like
every second is like
new.
Yeah.
But like I said, like now people more trust with data because if we do statement, they will ask, "Oh, where's the proof? Oh, is this the data?" But the thing is, the data can manipulate.
The statistics can be shown 1,800 ways. Check out one of my favorite data scientists. Her name is Mona Shalaby. Mona Shalaby. She works at the Guardian. Hi Mona. Love you, dude. She does data. She does hardcore data. Check out her Instagram, Mona Shalaby. CHALABI. Mona. But her work is incredible, and she talks about how statistics can be manipulated in any way, and the visualization of data is even more important. You can't just say 83% of people feel this way. You have to back that up with what was your data pool? How did you go and ask these questions? People are now sophisticated, and people are their interest in the information is now sophisticated enough to where they need to see the full research. And that's important.
That's really interesting because like in few days ago, like we see the news that's saying, okay, in Bali, 100% of the increasing of COVID in the hospital, right? But then I tried to read the article, and it's because like at the moment the hospital has 32 beds, right? But then like compared
they have 64 people.
No. Like the bed.
That would be 100% increase.
Yeah, it's only
That's
like
how data can
33,
get
right?
skewed, yeah.
But then like people get the impression that the increasing is 100%. But I mean like, what number are you talking, right? Like, so that's kind of like
exactly.
People needs to understand like the source of the data and how they get to that number.
Absolutely.
Right?
If you have 32 beds and only 50% of them are full, that's 16 people.
Yeah.
100% increase.
But that was on the
An
headline.
100%
dude, like,
increase in beds is 32 people.
Exactly. I was like,
Chill.
anyway.
That doesn't mean we should take it not seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we have to stop this session, and then we will come back.
We'll be right back after these messages.
After this.
This is
BISIK SELASA.
UCH. This is
BISIK SELASA.
Harus digariskan lagi agar gerak barunya tergambar luas sehingga maksimal dan minimal dapat diimbangkan Come on, kita let's go. Bergerak atau rusak. Jangan lupa, ucapkan doa sederhana. Come on, kita let's go. Bakar terus apimu dan selalu semangat. Terima kasih semuanya, sehat-sehat, semangat-semangat. Yo, salam sejahtera.
Terima kasih banyak,
Iya.
Uyung Mentari.
This is
BISIK SELASA.
UCH.
Okay, we're back in BISIK.
Selasa.
Very good. Pronunciation.
What is it? Dad?
Whispering on Tuesday
Whispering
night.
on Tuesday night.
I love that you're not whispering it.
Yeah.
Whispering on Tuesday.
Bisik Selasa.
Okay, so we have new information from Mr. Frankie is in the house.
So as we know, the UCH they had a very nice party last.
Ubud Creative House.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ubud Creative House. They had a party. So how about the party, guys?
Wow, it's really good actually. It's
Let
kind
me
of like
explain.
new normal
Yeah.
activity. Yeah.
So
go for it,
the
go for it.
the idea for the party is I want to know actually. I want to know how to make an event in the new normal era
Okay.
because
So how was that?
I'm waiting for someone to do it. You
Yeah.
know, like
if no one started, who will, right?
Yeah.
Especially here in Ubud, right? 'Cause
Exactly.
Down south, it was.
because last time I've been coming to one event in Bali. They just started this with a car, you know, like watching concert with a car.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not really represent about. I mean, for me personally, but it's good. It's good event. They give us example how to make an event in the new normal. So it's big event. So I want to know actually personally, like I want to know how to make event, but in a small capacity.
Right.
So I'll go through it, you know. So the thing is, we have to make this letter to the local government, and then to the Satgas COVID is the deputy of COVID, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, we should report and they
The
check
night watch.
the night. So they check everything, you know, with the protocol.
Normal things.
Yeah. Even the minister of tourism, I think
Okay.
they give a sort of regulation, like you have to provide a table
Right.
to make sure the social distancing, and of course the masker. Everyone have to do it, you know, and yeah, clean
Wash
your
your
hand
hand,
and also check the temperature.
Okay.
Yeah, last time was nice. Nice. We did great. Like every element they contribute. You know, like we also have a pecalang as a guard. Like they really help us to make sure everything was secure, everything safe,
Right.
and we did it. You
Yeah.
know, we did it,
Congratulations.
Yeah.
and got many positive comment, but we still have room to improve.
It's a beginning. It's just a beginning, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's just
there's
the
a lot
beginning.
of things.
Yeah,
could,
we
like,
still
improve,
have
yeah.
room to improve.
there's,
So it was
yeah.
nice. Brittany also there, right?
I went.
Can you
Which one
share
is your favorite moment?
Favorite moment? Share
Favorite moment.
In
Is it
gospel
the
party.
visualization?
Well, one in America we call them shish kebabs, but you call them sticks.
Yes.
Oh,
The food
yeah.
is really nice.
The barbecue.
I love the barbecue station. So they had just
Komang
sticks.
Barbecue Station.
Oh.
Yeah, Komang and
KBS,
Dora.
come on.
Komang and Dora's barbecue station
Shout out to
slash bar was lit. Right, that was the place to be.
Lit.
But yeah, I loved it. I loved actually like building my own and then cooking it on the barbecue pit. That was really great. Shout out to Marco and Fifi for the visuals though, because the visuals were on point.
Mas Jonas as well.
Mas Jonas.
Mas Jonas as well.
Mas Jonas.
They were really nice. They really add.
And the DJ.
Yeah.
The DJ.
Oh, DJ.
Shout out to my
Best.
favorite DJ in Ubud, Edzar.
Edzar.
Masayu.
Yeah, Masayu was also amazing.
also
Actually, we danced more.
The live music by Pejeng family.
Oh,
Pejeng Mafia.
that
In
one
the
is
afternoon.
really cool.
The afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was lovely.
It's pretty dynamic, you know.
Yeah.
Like we start really slow and then suddenly bam. Yeah,
Yeah,
But
it was
it's so
really
good,
fun.
Like, secure, everything safe. I just make sure everything's safe.
I got to meet
Yeah.
a lot of interesting people there too, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
nice.
It was a
Connect.
good vibes there.
Yeah. There's a lot
That's
of
the
interesting
idea
people.
to connect, but we should using this ticket system, entry system, because of what? Because we have to limit the capacity. We have a
Yeah.
limited capacity, and I don't want to make trouble with Satgas COVID. You know,
Yeah.
I just want to follow the rule. I'm doing it right. Everyone's happy. Everyone's safe.
Okay.
Shout out
That's
to
a
you
good
though
point.
for like really
Thank you
with
very much
handling
for doing
with
that.
everyone
Yeah.
and
Yeah, and
talking
the
to the
creative
officials.
house
You were always
crew.
there to handle it, and they also seem really happy.
Yeah, the
and,
gospel crew. Is,
yeah, I think I saw them take a picture with you at one point. You know what I mean? Like it was great.
Asking for your signature.
For your
and stuff.
info, next gospel party, 11 September. Hopefully,
Hopefully.
we'll
yeah.
see.
Of October,
You
mean?
mean October?
October.
Next month.
Next month.
October
Yeah, we will
11th.
have on.
October 11, guys.
We'll see. We'll
Be
see.
there.
Take a
Still
note.
Still here?
I'm never leaving.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
There you are.
I'm never leaving. I am your new neighbor.
Yeah.
Welcome to Ubud
If
community.
you see me in Ubud, say hi.
So you become a
You're gonna be
legit
famous.
Ubudian.
Yeah.
Yes. I like that because I was just calling them Ubuddies for a
Oh,
long time.
buddies.
What up,
Okay.
buddy?
Buddies,
What up, buddy?
buddies.
Buddy.
All right.
So next,
What's
next
next,
news
boys?
is
Next
because of this COVID situation. So the governor of Bali, they will like probably shut down all the tourism places.
Oh, we're going backward again.
Yeah, we're
What,
going
why?
backward again.
Like,
But what tourism places? There's
Yeah.
none that are open in Ubud.
Yeah.
Right?
Basically,
I think Ubud probably won't feel that too hard. There's nothing like what?
not
in
not
the-
really tourists at all.
At
Yeah.
the Bay Area, they will close down the beach,
Oh.
so you
bummer.
cannot enter the beach. And
But
then,
it's still
That sucks.
possibility. Not,
there-
not
there
supposed
will
to learn
be
how to surf.
possibility,
Still, yeah.
There will be a possibility. That is just a possibility.
Oh, okay.
There's a rumor.
Rumor.
There's a rumor. But the fact is in Jakarta, in the capital city of Indonesia,
Yeah.
they already start lockdown. But congratulations to some friends from Jakarta that escaped from
Make it,
Jakarta
yeah.
to Bali. They did it. You
Welcome.
know? Some people
That's a
from
good
Jakarta
choice.
Welcome.
just
Good
like,
decision.
"Fuck, it's lockdown. They just go out. you know?
There's
That's
lockdown
really
in
good choice.
Jakarta.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we back to like February. Like
Wow.
situation.
So the lockdown is also happening here in Ubud, and do you feel like it's gonna actually affect the way you guys operate? I know I'm not supposed to be asking any questions. But
No,
occupational
it's
hazard.
okay. I mean,
Oh,
I think.
I like that one.
what do you think?
I don't know actually, but hopefully not. Yeah, hopefully not because actually in Bali we start slowly to rise up. You know, slowly to rise up. To of course we still aware with this virus thing.
Yep.
But so far, me personally, my circle is only that.
Only
Right.
You know, like, and they already here like since last year maybe. You know.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I'm
healthy people.
quite believe with my circle now because they all so far safe, you know,
Yeah.
and they don't really meet new people. So
Yeah.
No new friends.
Oh, new friend.
No.
I'm kidding. Everyone's.
yeah, I mean,
So the
like
rumors like
it's
that.
just quite safe.
Hopefully it's not gonna
Hopefully
happen.
it's
Yeah.
not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Only the rumor.
Yeah.
Well, we just want to do what we can so
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we can get past this and everyone stays safe. So
There you go.
Yeah,
whatever rules that they dish out, I'm willing to follow because I'm just grateful to
Yeah,
be
sure.
here. You know,
Yeah.
during this time that I'm super lucky. It was a 1 in a million chance that a 6-day window in the
Becomes
roughest week of the
6 months.
in the entire year, I happened to be here in
Oh,
Bali and I
God,
had the
yeah.
option to stay. So whatever rules you guys wanna
Exactly.
to implement, I'm absolutely willing to follow for sure.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Thanks.
Like
Absolutely.
we want the best for everyone. Of course, if the
Yeah,
best for
yeah.
everyone is the best for us too.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we wish everyone in Bali happy Galungan and
Oh
Kuningan.
yeah, today Rahajang, Galungan, Langkuningan,
It's
Semeton.
Balinese.
It's like a
It's
big
Balinese
day.
Christmas.
day.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Like
Kind
that.
of
That's
like
what. That's how people explain it to me. Is that you guys have 2 Christmases in the year,
Yeah,
and that is
exactly.
Balinese
Balinese
Christmas.
Christmas
Yeah,
called Galungan. It's Hinduism Christmas.
Really? Tell me more about it. Can you tell me more about it?
Okay, I can tell you a bit about it. Not
Okay.
more.
because
So
we're
it's
not
like-
native.
Yeah. So
But I have
know, of
few
course,
friends.
I mean,
Word,
that
word.
from what
got
I
the
read
info.
is like this time is we are celebrate the good from the bad.
Yeah.
We celebrate all the good spirit,
Yeah.
so we can fight all the bad things. So the good is win from the bad. Altogether.
Word.
They have Galungan and they have another one's called Kuningan.
Yeah.
It's next Friday, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
It's 10 days from the Galungan, and it's a
Okay.
Kuningan.
Wow.
So the good thing.
So,
Yeah, it's a big
yeah.
day in
It's a
Bali.
really big
Hopefully,
day.
it's bring good energy,
Yeah.
positive energy,
Yeah.
Bring some change, and yeah.
and we still prepare for the Eco Music Camp in Tabana.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
End of October, right?
It's gonna be in
Yeah,
October,
it's
right?
like 23, 24, 25, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna be cool.
Hopefully, we
next
still
month.
work on it.
Next month.
That's the
Next
first
month,
place
next
you
month.
went for camping, right?
My first camping experience was there.
On my birthday.
On your
Teddy's birthday. I built a fire.
You
Exactly.
build a fire.
Two-
Never built a
two
fire
With
before.
with
Two
hand
fire.
sanitizer.
I used the hand sanitizer to get that motherfucker started.
That's a new life skill.
But shout out to Denny though, because he
Yeah.
also
Denny, yeah.
he
Yeah.
also like he and I were so determined, dude. I built a fire.
But
Let me
that's
tell you, that's my
science,
first
yeah,
real
right?
camping experience.
Yeah.
And all of the wood was wet, but we were determined.
There you
We
go.
were determined,
She
and
made it.
I
Like, I'm
had
the
the
witness.
time of my life. Y'all come to this festival because I'm certainly gonna go. It's gonna be fun. I really love the space.
For you, yeah?
Yeah, I mean it's a huge accomplishment. And there's something really visceral about building your own fire from the ground
Yeah.
up. You know, like
And
then
the woods
seeing
are
it, you're just
wet,
like,
dude, like-
oh.
It's life
Oh,
skill.
made it.
Luke, let me tell you, it took a good 2 hours of
Yeah.
continually
Well, like,
blowing, just singeing the front of my weave off, you know? Like, it was terrible.
It's your new experience. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, it was
yeah.
great.
First camping.
My first, like, real camping situation.
A
In the
real camping.
nature.
city.
In the
Like, in nature, yeah,
In
for
nature,
sure.
nature. I have to say
sure.
it twice.
I mean, I have camped before, but
Yeah.
it was more like glamping, you know, like in upstate New York, you know. There was
Of course,
electricity.
like, oh,
I could
God.
charge my phone, you know, like I took a bath in a tub. You know? Like, it might have been outside, but it was still a tub, you know, like yeah. So that wasn't camping. This was like, you know,
Wow.
it's
More
me in the
rough.
wilderness, you
More
know,
legit.
and
yeah.
drunk people, you know. It was great, like
Sing-
camping would
sing
be.
along, you know.
It was good.
It's a raw camping.
It's a raw camping.
Yeah, it was awesome. I loved it.
But next month, Komang now develop the camping site.
Hmm.
Yeah, so we
Which
gotta
area?
build like at least a toilet, you know, so
Yeah.
everyone like quite safe when
Where is
they
it?
take a shit.
Where is it?
Not worry, you know. like
Dumping,
take-
you mean dumping?
Let alone Jesus.
Sorry.
Yeah,
No
I mean,
comment.
Anyway,
No comment.
It's a raw.
it's sanitation too, right?
That's a wrap. We're wrapping it in. Good night.
take a poo. But
Alright.
yeah, I've experienced that, you know. That's
Yeah.
why we go there.
Back to
we
nature,
do the
yeah?
survey, you know. We feel it. We spend the night there. We feel like, okay, what if this? What if that? You know, learn from the landscape.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the good toilet. You know?
Yeah.
This is a
You
good
put a
station.
bathtub
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, we have to do it
Outdoor
properly.
bathtub would be sick, right?
You know, from taking a poo to have fun properly.
Yeah.
Right, of course. Respect the nature, man.
Respect.
Yeah, of course.
Boom.
We
A to
gotta do
Z.
the compost.
Yeah.
Live stream. No.
All right. Anyway, what's
Next,
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 Frank?
next.
Next one. Next one.
Okay,
Next one.
in Jakarta, yeah, we talked already. In Jakarta, they start to lock down, and then
Masih ada.
yeah, we feel sorry for that.
Don't laugh. You can't laugh
Yeah,
after
no,
but-
please,
That's terrible.
yeah, hopefully it's getting better in
You can't laugh
Jakarta.
after that.
Yeah, guys. I'm sorry.
Listen, my people back home are going through the same shit. So it sucks. I'm sorry.
It
Hang
sucks.
in there.
Hang in there.
We are
buddy.
with you. New York, I feel you. Texas,
Eh,
half of the West Coast is on fire. Like, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Oregon, yeah.
Yeah.
Oregon was kind of
It's
like.
like
my
red
mentor,
sky.
the one who taught me journalism, he had a house in Washington State.
Oh,
It's kind of gonna. He sold his house a week before the fires hit.
oh man.
But he was supposed to stay in an Airbnb, and now he's just going on like living in hotels down the West Coast, like evacuating city after city because the entire West Coast is on fire in America. It's crazy.
Get well soon, America.
Yeah, I mean, we're still talking about Jakarta,
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, it's good.
there's a lot of shit happening
Yeah,
around the
yeah,
world, and I am certainly not over here just living my best life without thinking about you guys in mind, for sure.
but we are living our best.
I hate you. I hate you.
Anyway,
So
we
bad.
pray for the best.
So
and,
bad.
Yeah.
Most of
What a
most my
dick.
family is there, so my brothers. So it's like I'm very sorry for you.
Yeah.
Still in Jakarta.
Yeah, my mom also.
Oh my
and
god.
my uncle also. Yeah, everyone is.
All of your family's in Jakarta.
No,
You're like, fuck
yeah,
you
but
guys.
last time I've talked with my mom, he said, no, we're still fine, because my mom not really going out,
Yeah.
And yeah, as long as the food's still there,
Yeah.
I still sending some money.
There you go.
course.
There you go.
Word.
Be a good
Of
boy.
course.
Of course, man.
And then the international. Okay, we will come back for the international news,
News.
after this break.
Boom.
This is
BISIK SELASA.
UCH. This is
BISIK SELASA.
UCH.
Hei, namaku Juwita dari Suryakarta. Hadapi hidup sulit karena genderku berbeda. Waktu masih kecil, ibuku berkata, jadilah laki-laki lembut dan bijaksana. Banyak yang bening-bening, tetapi sudah longgar. Banyak yang besar dan berotot, tetapi dia melambai. Pilihlah saja aku, wanita sempurna. Meski dulunya aku pria, tapi ku berhak bercinta, dan aku manusia. Dek, janganlah kau ragu, genggamlah tanganku. Aku pun tahu jika adik tak mau denganku. Hisaplah rokokku, kecuplah manggaku. Janganlah ragu-ragu, nanti adik jadi candu. Banyak yang bening-bening, tetapi sudah longgar. Banyak yang besar dan berotot, tetapi dia melambai. Pilihlah saja aku, wanita sempurna. Meski dulunya aku pria, tapi ku berhak bercinta, dan aku manusia. Banyak yang bening-bening, tetapi sudah longgar. Banyak yang besar dan berotot, tetapi dia melambai. Pilihlah saja aku, wanita sempurna. Meski dulunya aku pria, tapi ku berhak bercinta, dan aku manusia. Shalalalala.
This is
BISIK SELASA.
UCH. This is
BISIK SELASA.
UCH. This is
BISIK SELASA.
UCH. This is
All right, welcome back to BISIK BISIK.
More ears than listeners.
Right, welcome back to BISIK BISIK.
More ears than listeners.
Wow. Hashtag what's going on today?
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's going on? Anyway,
anyway.
we still have the international news,
So
right?
international news. So we speak a bit about that. You told us about the situation in US. in
Yeah.
your country.
Yeah.
So what happened there? Like really happened to your mentor.
Yeah, he's all right. They're surviving or whatnot, but they are literally running away from fires right now.
How's your family anyway?
My family's okay. My family's okay.
Thank
Most
God. Thank God.
predominantly, most of my family is either in Chicago, Houston, or New York. So they're all okay. They're not on the West Coast, so
They safe.
they're safe. You know,
Right.
one's dealing with COVID, the other one's dealing with police brutality, the other one's dealing with floods and tornadoes. So,
They're dealing
but
with
they're all
it.
hanging in there.
Time, yeah.
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 We send them prayer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Get well
Thank you,
soon,
Teddy.
America.
Well, it's
Thanks.
easy.
Hey,
Yeah, I pray all day.
Cheers, guys.
okay,
Cheers,
cheers.
guys. Cheers, cheers.
To the people in Jakarta too.
Yeah.
America
People
and
in
Jakarta.
Hey.
Jakarta, hopefully you
To the
all
world.
safe.
To the world.
To the world.
To the world.
Get well soon, world.
Let's heal.
And then we talk about the vaccine.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Tell us about it.
So
Bring it
South
on.
Korea is already found it. They said, and
Where?
South
South
Korea.
Korea.
South Korea.
South Korea, and the one without Kim.
Yeah.
The
Oh yeah.
part
The
without
K-pop.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
K-pop.
The K-pop part, yeah.
the K-pop part, yeah. And then the BTS part.
The army.
Shout out to
I love that new song. I love that. I listened to it at least 3
Shout-
times today.
Shout out to Lee Min Ho.
Shout out to
Lee Min Ho.
BTS.
Lee
I
Min
love you
Ho.
guys.
Minho.
Contact me. Let's work together.
At space, Bosku.
Ad space. There's some ad space.
Okay, what's
So
the
the
vaccine?
vaccine, they will test the vaccine to like 30
30 million
30
people. It's like 60% of their population.
Okay, good.
In
Wait,
So
they're
that's
gonna
like
test it
actually
with
good.
30?
There is tested. Yep.
They will
Wow.
distribute
They
like
will
to 60%. They're securing the vaccine. We hope we could take some of the lessons from South Korea because they really like handle this really
Yep.
well.
They
Like,
handled this really well.
and yeah, the prime minister, she's kind of like the woman who kind of like you know like doing an action
Yeah.
and she knows what she's doing. So I hope more world leader can take some example from
Yeah.
her. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And yeah, let's get rid of this pandemic.
Yeah, and
then-
let's send some prayers to
let's-
South
yeah.
Korea that it works out and that they can continue to be
And
leader getting
actually-
behind this.
Exactly. And in Indonesia, like also they develop the vaccine, no? In,
They
in
develop the
your
vaccine.
in your
in Bandung, in
Yeah,
Bio Farma, they're trying the 4 trials. So the major of West Java, Ridwan Kamil, he tested, and then hopefully by the end of this year, by January 2021, the vaccine will start to distribute
Wow.
it.
Okay, good.
So I hope the fear will start to go down, and people will start to having a save, and there's
Sure.
something for
Yeah.
that, and
yeah.
get over it. You know,
Just
like
feel safe about it.
yeah.
I think the idea of regional lockdown is good for tracing, you know.
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
know, like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
seriously, like they doing the tracing. At least if one region is safe, it can like slowly,
Yeah.
It's gonna
you know,
reduce all the
do
things, yeah.
reduce all the things. So at least secure, make the region green, green zone for you.
Yeah.
know?
That
If
I'm really
already-
curious about that globally. You know what I mean? Because of lockdown, there's so much less activity. A lot of oil, like emissions, CO2
Goes
emissions gone
down.
down. I know, working from home is pretty, stressful. But I'm sure there's a ton of scientists doing a lot of data and research on the effect of less human activity on the planet. And so hopefully we can use that data to actually make better choices moving forward. I'm super curious about that.
Yeah,
I'm actually
yeah.
reaching
That's
to
gonna be
scientists that I can
interesting.
speak to who are doing that research on the
yeah.
ground
Ah,
in my own
interesting.
work. Yeah.
But I've heard like there is a fact that actually meeting people is also gaining your immune.
Yeah, meeting people is getting your immune. Yeah, go
There's
outside.
It is.
There's a
Building your
reason say
immune.
that building your immune because it's like make you happy, make
Yeah.
you bring positive.
Well, it's scientifically proven that the more stressed you are, the more repressed your immune system is. So the more likely you are to get sick. So the more fearful, the more stressed you are, your immune system,
Yeah.
your antibodies are a lot stressed, and so they're
Weaker, yeah.
less effective in fighting.
Yeah.
Fighting bacteria, fighting viruses. And so, yes, the happier you are, the stronger your immune system is. And so, anything you can do to de-stress yourself in this time is absolutely vital and pivotal in keeping you healthy.
Exactly.
So stay happy, guys, and
Yeah,
watching
yeah,
this
and-
BISIK SELASA, yeah, every week.
Exactly. More ears than
We hope-
listeners.
We hope that we made you laugh
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully
Just a
you're gonna
little
be
bit.
happy.
and gain some knowledge.
Gain some knowledge. Yeah. it's-
And
Yeah,
information,
you had some
you know.
interesting things to say.
Thank
I
you.
learned.
Thank you.
I learned.
That's why I prefer focus on gain the immune rather than focus on the
Yeah.
disease.
Right.
Seriously, I don't really care about
Yeah, let's find some.
this is what
yeah.
happened with the data, with the vaccine, everything. I think as long as I know myself,
Right.
you're the one who know your body.
Yep.
Even when there is you want to go fart,
Yeah.
right? It's simple like that.
I mean, people fart in their sleep all the time.
It's a scientifically.
You definitely know. Your body, you know.
But you know what?
It's not even a conscious thought. You just know.
Well, no. It's true. Like the fact is, when I sleep and I wanna go fart,
Yeah.
I waking up.
Of course.
Like, breath.
Have you farted? Have you woken up from your own fart?
Yeah, because I'm surprising like a rocket on my ass. Like breath.
Boom. What's going
Like
on?
NASA.
What have I gotten myself into, guys? What am I doing here?
Okay. So back
Yeah.
to you again, Brittany. So once it's all done, so what's your plan next? Like,
Wow, that's an interesting question.
Fuck.
where's the place that you will
What's my plan next?
after like okay, the COVID is done, yay, bye bye.
Or
You know, okay, this is going to be a really long-winded answer, but
There you go. You have
I told you I'd try and be concise.
bring it on. Bring it on.
bring it on.
But I have lived my whole life
Yep.
in 5-year increments. I've always had a 5-year plan. This is the goal. 5 years from now, that's where I'm going. And no matter what was going on in my life, that was pulling me through time. And this is the first time in my life where I can't tell you what's going to happen in 2 months.
All right.
And I've never been happier. And so when you ask me what's happening after this, the honest answer is I don't know. But I'm not concerned about it because I know myself enough. I've gone through and I've done enough work to get to know myself enough to know that one, I can survive. God willing, inshallah, like if God wants me to survive, then I will. Other than that, all I need to do is focus on the day to be present, super present. Because beforehand, the reason why I even took the trip, left the newsroom, left New York, was because I was working for a goal that gave me all of these extreme expectations out of life. And when I wasn't meeting them at the time, in the space, and in the way I wanted to, it made me extremely miserable. So nothing I did, even a small goal, wasn't something to be celebrated because it wasn't the goal I had in my head. And so I've learned to let go of that and to operate in a new space, which is to not disregard planning long term by any means, but not being so rigid as the path to get there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I can't tell you what I'm going to do after COVID, but I know that I would like to continue the journey that I set out on. It was supposed to be 6 months, 10 countries. I'm only on country number 5, so I still have 5 countries to go.
There you go.
And for me, I'm like, you know what? I'm blessed to country number 5 ended up being in an extended stay.
Number 5.
An extended stay.
Lucky
but-
5.
Yeah, lucky number 5. It ended up being an extended stay. But to continue the journey afterwards, to continue the journey and continue what I set out to do. But with this extended stay, it gave me the opportunity to kind of fine tune what I was doing on that trip. As a journalist, I was leaving a job, but I took my job with me, and so as I traveled the 5 countries, I was telling stories about my own experiences, about what they communicated to me, about what I'm learning, and chose to communicate that to the rest of the world. And so
Exactly.
now I'm continuing a version of that and I'll continue that afterwards. But where it'll take me, it'll be those 5 countries, and then after that, who
See what
knows?
happens. Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah,
It's a journey.
I'm gonna continue to go with the flow,
Go with the flow.
slow and steady,
Slow
and steady.
like my spirit animal.
Oh,
What's
turtle.
Oh.
Turtle.
That's
Yeah.
slow and
Yeah,
steady.
slow and steady. Just keep it moving forward, and just be grateful for every step. You know,
Mr.
'Cause there's a lot of people that didn't make it through this year. You know,
Yeah,
And
a lot
so
of people.
you know,
So
I'm
hanging
super
there,
grateful.
guys.
A
Yeah.
lot of people lost their job. A lot of people.
Dude,
like,
I know so many people who are sitting at home just trying to figure out what they want to do. Even here in Ubud, I've heard several people being like,
sure.
"Oh, well, when things closed down, Ubud got so boring." But I don't feel that way. I feel like, you know,
they feel the opposite of
I
that.
feel the opposite. You know, I feel that I can use that space to learn things that I always put off, like Komeng.
Come on.
Komang.
Kom.
Komang, no
Oh.
Komeng.
It's
It's
the
a different
it's the fucking it's the American version of pronouncing Komang. Komang.
But now you are in Bali.
Long A. Komang. Komanga. Thank you for being my drum teacher.
Oh yeah.
It's been the highlight of parts of Komang and Ocho, my Muay Thai teacher. Like
yeah, Ocho,
since,
Ocho.
since you know the lockdown, I just started taking private lessons, and they've become part of my quarantine.
Right.
You know, still practice social distancing, but they have. I'm learning skills that I've always wanted to learn, but I never gave
There
space
you
for
go.
So you
because my
Finally you
career.
made it,
You know what I
right?
mean? Career, hustle, go. And I'm like, you know what?
Just tired.
Take a break.
Fucking, you know what?
Learn a new skill. You know,
God,
like
you know what? Give me a cigarette. You know, like just tired. My soul was tired of fucking grinding. I was like, you know what? Let me do only the things that bring me joy right now.
there you go.
Only the things that bring me
You
joy.
do a lot here, yeah. You do archery.
Archery.
Oh, you do archery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
archery, painting, Muay Thai. I have a
Drumming.
meditation teacher. I'm learning the drums.
First camping.
Scuba diving.
Scuba
I
diving.
made a fucking fire.
Fire.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I want to try it all. Why not explore all parts of me? You know,
Karaoke.
karaoke all day. You know, I'm still training for a half marathon, so I run all day.
Next you will
Yeah.
try to make a house maybe in Bali.
No, I really want to learn how to surf.
Oh.
I'm determined to learn.
Interesting.
Any of you surfers out there watching this, you
Comment.
want a private teacher? I need a private teacher. If you want to teach me how to surf,
There you
I
go.
would be super
Take the
grateful.
chance.
And trust me, ask Komang. Komang.
Come on.
It's a long,
I still said it wrong.
it's a long A.
Komang.
Because if you say
That's
komeng,
Komang.
you say always uhuy.
Yeah.
What does that
Yeah.
mean?
If you say komeng, you need to say uhuy.
Why?
It's just because
It's a comedian.
It's
It's a
an
comedian.
Indonesian.
There is a
sound.
comedian named
Komang.
Komeng.
Komang is a Balinese name.
Nah.
Komang.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad, sensei. My bad, sensei. I'm sorry.
Mr. Miyagi.
Komang.
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 Yeah, he's my sensei. I'm Ralph
Boy.
Macchio.
Oh.
Teach me, sensei. Teach me.
All
master.
day. Same with Ocho. He's my sensei. But yes, I'm learning. I would love to learn how to surf, and I really want a teacher who will take a very intense student because I'm an intense girl by nature. It's obvious, but I'm super focused on what it is I'm wanting to learn, and so if you can deal with that intense energy,
Boom.
Okay. Boom.
I'm your gal.
And you're in the perfect place actually to learn.
Yeah.
In Bali.
In Bali,
I know,
yeah,
right?
Right.
Very nice wave.
Telling you, it's a fucking dream come true. I'm a very lucky gal.
Yep, you're really lucky.
But the cool thing is that with all these experiences, I'm documenting them.
You're documenting them.
Yeah.
Can't wait
I'm,
to see that.
I'm
yeah?
taking my video journalism skills and I'm turning it on me for the first time, which is why I even chose to sit here tonight because I got to get comfortable being in front of the
Yeah.
camera.
Thank you for sharing everything.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Well,
like being-
thank Bali and thank the island for being so willing to share their knowledge with me. You know, I'm just a student here, and my job, you know, with my journalism skills is to communicate what I'm learning and what my
Right.
experiences are teaching me, and so that's what I'm doing now. Yeah, it's called miscommunication.
Yeah. Style miscommunication.
Yeah,
Communicate.
yeah,
Yes,
I'm
with double S.
miscommunication.
With double S.
Yeah, not like we
No, the
miscommunicated.
miss
the
and
miss.
mister.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's like
Mrs.,
it's like it's my
miss.
last name.
Right.
I'm miscommunication.
Right.
Yeah, which I think is cool,
The
and
lady
the
who do
pun
the
is
communication.
intended. Yeah, I am the lady of communication.
Right.
The world communicates to me, and I communicate what I learn. You
There
know.
you go.
Great.
Right
That's
on.
a
Learn a lot of things
good
in Bali.
information.
I'm learning so much. I'm the
Yeah.
busiest lady on this island. I'm telling you. You know that I'm a busybody.
Yeah.
You
I
learn a lot.
die by my schedule. I'm like, listen,
Even
What's
you-
next?
Messick is fucking 5:32. Where are you? I'm so busy. I'm really learning. I have to fight that. That is also another lesson of just
Yes.
chill.
Yeah.
Santai.
Santai.
We call it
Santai.
Santai.
Chill.
Chill. Santai.
Yeah, I'm learning.
So have you been to a lot of places in Bali or
Nope.
only Ubud?
Chilling in Ubud proper.
You go to Tabanan that time.
I've
yeah,
been
that
to
counts, that
Tabanan,
counts, that
yes.
You have to go to
Okay.
Kintamani.
I've been to Seminac, I've been to Nusa Penida, and I've been up to, what is it? It starts with a P, up top.
Pemeteran?
Yes.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that's where I've been to those places, and they've all been very beautiful.
I
But in
even
6
never
months, that's
been to
5
Bogota.
places. So I'm just like,
Still have
I know
time
people
to
who are
see more.
zipping around this island all week. Just my friend Lindsay, she's a boss. She's just every time she's like, "Yo, I'm here," and then I'm all the way up here, and then I'm all the way down there. And I'm like, "Bitch, I talked to you 3 hours
break,
ago." You
you
know what I
know,
mean?
like-
Like she moves around, but me, I chill in Ubud, man. Ubud is home. I don't know. I like it.
It's best place to chill. Nice weather, nice people,
Nice people.
nice food.
But you should go to Kintamani. You should go there.
Yeah,
Seriously.
get some coffee because they made one of the best Bali
Really?
coffee, right?
That's coffee, yeah. With
Where
the
is
Taman
it?
is like
view.
40
It's like
minutes.
close to
45
the
minutes.
volcano.
Close with the volcano.
Yeah, there's a
And the
lake.
lake.
Really?
Actually, yeah, you
It's a
should go.
very nice
It's
view
so
over
easy.
there.
Go there.
Okay,
It's really nice.
I might check it out there.
45
Yeah,
minutes from here.
Really?
45 minutes.
I could
Yeah.
run there.
Yeah, he can drive you there.
Yeah,
I can run.
yeah.
I can train for the half marathon.
can
know?
There you go.
Just fucking run there and run back.
There's
It's real marathon. If you go to Kintamani, it goes up, and you run.
Well,
goes up.
if y'all see me sweltering on the side of the road, fucking struggling because I'm an asshole and I challenge myself, don't hesitate to bring me some water.
No
You
plastic
practice
with
Muay
mother.
Thai. But you practice Muay Thai. It's very tiring. you know.
Really? I could just see Ocho on the back of the moped just following me while I'm like sweating, like playing the Rocky theme, like I fucking hate you.
That's right.
Extend your arm. That's him on the motorbike. Extend your arm. I'm like, fuck.
Anyway,
Yeah.
talk about
The Muay
Ubud.
Thai
Yeah.
dance.
There is a few event that's still running,
Oh.
like Food Coma.
And there will
Yep,
be
in
some
Ubud.
festival also.
There will be
coming
some
up.
festival
in Bali, yeah. But
in Bali.
also in some other places.
There
in Indonesia.
is some festival
something
will going
going
on,
on.
but we'll see because it's not fixed yet.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, in Ubud itself, like we have the Food Coma still going on.
Right.
They go around with the food stall with some nice
Yeah.
food. I think next one they're gonna do it in Titik Dua. in
Oh,
Mas.
it's
Yeah,
really
there's a
nice
new
place.
plastic
Actually, you should check
Yeah?
it out. Yeah.
Yeah, the Food
Okay.
Coma. They open like since the evening, I think.
Yeah.
The evening, or we'll check Food Coma maybe. You can
Yeah,
check it.
love to.
I quite forgot. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So,
Awkward.
and next month we will have the Gospel Party Volume 2
Volume 2.
in
2.0.
October.
Yeah.
2.0. Okay.
That's on the agenda, yeah.
I don't know because some places I don't want to mention because I don't know they still do the private things or still
Right,
public.
right.
I don't want to
Oh, okay.
insult, so
It's their kind of thing,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Yeah.
fair.
You know.
That's fair. I was wondering.
I
Yeah.
also want to
That makes
taking
sense.
care
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
habitat.
Sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Usually Terry always said these kind of things when we are coming to an end of this show. So one sentence that you
It's like a
have to
quote.
say-
It's like a quote.
Yeah.
You have to say quote for our
But you have to whisper.
Yeah.
One quote.
One
one quote
and you
about
whisper and whisper closer to this mic.
It's like your
For the
closing
listeners,
statement.
Like closing
our-
It could be
statement.
3 words, 2 words, whatever, right?
Whatever. It's a close
It's about-
statement.
it's about life. Or whatever you want to
You're
say.
thinking so hard.
About life?
No, it's everything.
About
It's
everything. Anything that
Oh, okay.
good words.
I'd like to quote our fearless leader, Captain Jean-Luc Picard from Star Trek Next Generation. Make it so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do any of you guys know what I'm talking about?
Captain.
Star Trek, the captain,
Star
the
Trek.
captain.
Yeah, dude, Star Trek Next
Yeah.
Generation.
Yeah, Star
Jean-Luc
Trek
Picard.
Next
Yeah,
Gen-
that guy.
so.
That guy, right?
Star Wars, no?
Star Trek. Right?
Star Trek.
Dude, you can't say Star Wars to a Trekkie.
I'm not.
Fuck.
Chewbacca.
And that's a wrap. Make it so.
Okay.
Frankie,
Your turn,
Wow.
Frankie.
In English.
Yeah, try.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Just let it go. That's it. Just let it go.
That's
Let it
that's
go.
your quote. Just let it go.
Just let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
From Frozen.
From
These
me,
quotes from Frozen.
stay healthy, guys, and
Don't
stay
ever
happy.
bother me anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Closing statement from Mr.
Closing
Teddy.
statement.
Take your time. Take your
your
time. All right.
Let it be.
Well, it's so simple.
No, your quote's from Frozen. You're sticking with it. You're sticking
Okay.
with it.
I know my simple word.
Okay.
Dream big.
Oh.
This is
BISIK SELASA.
UCH. This is
BISIK SELASA.
UCH.